My beloved brothers and sisters, when you choose to keep your struggles private, you are not hiding weakness, but cultivating strength. Life has a way of testing us in unexpected ways, and every challenge you face carries within it a seed of growth and resilience. Sharing your problems too freely with others often dilutes the power that comes from overcoming them quietly. You see, when we vocalize our struggles to those who may not understand or who carry their own judgments, we risk allowing external noise to infiltrate our inner peace. Many people do not have the capacity to carry your burdens with the love, wisdom, or perspective that you need. They may offer advice that stems from their own experiences, not from yours, or they may unconsciously add to your worries. When you speak less about your struggles, you give yourself the gift of reflection, allowing you to understand the true nature of your challenges. Recognize the lessons hidden within them and identify solutions without distraction. There is profound freedom in handling matters privately, in trusting God, the universe, or your own strength to guide you. This is not arrogance or isolation. It is wisdom. Every difficulty you face is a test of your character, and by maintaining discretion, you protect your journey from unnecessary interference and influence. Those who truly love you will sense your pain and will respond with care and support when appropriate. Without needing constant disclosure, your strength, your perseverance, and your growth often happen unseen, but they are no less real. When you keep your struggles close to your heart, you are nurturing a silent courage, a resilience that others cannot erode. Think of the trees in the forest. They grow tall and strong, weathering storms quietly, their roots deep in the earth. They do not announce every gust of wind or every challenge. They simply grow, and in time, their strength is undeniable. Similarly, your problems, when handled with discretion, become the foundation of your personal growth. They build patience, discipline, and inner wisdom. Sharing too much can unintentionally shift your focus from solving the problem to seeking validation or sympathy, which slows the process of true transformation. Silence is a shield, a tool, and a teacher. It allows you to confront your own fears, to recognize patterns, and to strengthen your faith in yourself and in the divine timing of life. Every struggle kept private becomes an opportunity to develop spiritual maturity, emotional intelligence, and practical wisdom. By learning to endure without broadcasting your pain, you develop a resilience that no one can give you and no one can take away. People are drawn to those who have inner strength, not because they know every detail of their lives, but because they sense the peace and composure that come from facing adversity courageously. Let your growth be quiet, your victories subtle, and your healing sacred. Keep your heart guarded against unnecessary exposure, for once you share your troubles, you may unintentionally invite opinions, doubts, or energies that cloud your clarity. Instead, turn inward, reflect deeply, pray, meditate, or seek guidance from sources that truly empower you. There is immense power in discretion, in choosing who deserves to know and when. By handling your problems with care and maintaining boundaries, you are not alone. You are in the company of your own strength, your wisdom, and the divine presence that walks beside you in every moment of struggle. Let your silence speak volumes through your actions, your patience, and your perseverance, for it is in quiet strength that true transformation is born. The world does not need to witness every struggle. It only needs to witness the results of a life steadfast, resilient, and unwavering in faith and purpose. Those who try to expose their difficulties to gain sympathy may find temporary relief, but the long-term benefits of quiet endurance are far greater. Trust that the universe, God, or life itself will honor the patience and discretion you practice today. You are building a fortress around your mind and spirit, one that protects you from unnecessary influence, judgment, and negativity. In the silence of your endurance, you will discover clarity, wisdom, and direction. In the stillness, your solutions will become apparent. In the quiet, your character will be forged into strength. And in time, when your trials have transformed you, you will emerge with a confidence that does not need explanation. a joy that does not require validation, and a power that is unmistakable and self-evident. Not everyone deserves to hear your struggles. Life will present many voices, many hands reaching to help, advise, or even judge. It is vital to discern carefully whom you allow into the inner chambers of your heart. Sharing your deepest struggles with those who do not have the maturity, empathy, or understanding to support you can lead to misunderstanding, misplaced advice, or even betrayal. People carry their own fears, insecurities, and experiences, and often their guidance reflects their limitations rather than your truth. When you choose to confide only in those who are spiritually, emotionally, or mentally equipped, you protect your journey, preserve your energy, and ensure that the support you receive strengthens rather than diminishes you. Those who truly care will listen with patience, will respond with wisdom, and will offer help in a way that aligns with your best interest. Avoid the temptation to overshare with casual acquaintances or those driven by curiosity rather than genuine concern. Protect your heart as a sacred space where only the worthy are allowed. By choosing carefully, you safeguard not just your problems, but also your peace, your focus, and the integrity of your personal growth. Remember, trust is not given lightly. It is earned through understanding, empathy, and unwavering discretion. Confiding in the wrong person can magnify your burden instead of alleviating it, while confiding in the right person can bring clarity, guidance, and a quiet strength that reinforces your journey. When you talk excessively about your problems, it can feel like a temporary release, but in reality, it often drains your emotional and mental energy. Every time you replay your struggles in conversation, you relive the stress, the fear, and the pain, keeping your mind tethered to the problem instead of moving towards solutions. This constant exposure to negativity can weaken your spirit, making it harder to think clearly, act decisively, or maintain hope. Life asks for your energy, your focus, and your determination to overcome, not to repeatedly relive the weight of your challenges. For the sake of validation, sympathy, or fleeting comfort, by choosing silence or selective sharing, you conserve your strength for constructive action and spiritual growth. Energy is a sacred resource, and the more you guard it, the more you have to devote to your healing, your plans, and your purpose. The world will always offer distractions, opinions, and judgments. Do not allow them to siphon your vitality. True resilience comes from channeling your energy towards solutions, reflection, and growth, rather than broadcasting your pain. By keeping your struggles private, you build an inner reservoir of strength that cannot be depleted by others' perceptions or reactions. In time, the quiet perseverance you practice will yield not only resolution, but also a sense of peace, confidence, and self-mastery that is impossible to achieve when energy is scattered through unnecessary disclosure. Some of life's most profound lessons are learned in silence, away from the eyes and opinions of others. When you face challenges privately, you give yourself the space to reflect, to understand your fears, and to discover solutions without distraction. Personal growth is often quiet and unseen, but it is deep and enduring. Sharing too much too soon can invite external pressures, doubts, or judgments that cloud your clarity and slow your development. The process of confronting difficulties alone allows you to build resilience, patience, and inner wisdom. It teaches you to rely not on others' validation, but on your own strength and faith. Growth nurtured in solitude becomes a source of true confidence, a quiet assurance that you are capable, prepared, and guided, even when no one else is watching. In these private moments of struggle, your character is forged, your priorities become clear, and your spirit becomes resilient enough to face whatever life may bring. The unseen work you do within yourself will manifest outwardly in ways far more powerful than words ever could. Instead of speaking constantly about your problems, focus on taking action. Words can offer temporary relief, but they rarely change circumstances or heal wounds. Life responds to effort, persistence, and deliberate steps, not to constant explanations or complaints. When you keep your struggles private and channel your energy into tangible solutions, you demonstrate a strength that words alone cannot convey. People are naturally drawn to those who act with integrity, patience, and determination. Your results will speak louder than any story you tell. By concentrating on what you can do, rather than what you suffer, you reclaim control over your life and reinforce your sense of purpose. Every quiet effort you make, every small victory achieved without broadcasting it, builds momentum and confidence. You become someone whose life is defined not by problems, but by the courage, resilience, and wisdom with which you navigate them. Others may not understand the depth of your struggles, but they will recognize the power of your actions. Action transforms pain into growth, challenges into opportunities, and setbacks into stepping stones. By acting instead of speaking, you preserve your energy, protect your peace, and cultivate a silent influence that inspires and uplifts without a single word. Let your discipline, your solutions, and your perseverance become the language through which your strength is expressed. When your results manifest, they will tell the story of your endurance and capability far more effectively than any conversation ever could. People who truly matter will notice the changes in your life and respect the journey you have undertaken without needing to know every detail of the struggle behind it. Your actions become a testimony to your character, faith, and resilience, proving that true strength is quiet, consistent, and unshakable. Life has a rhythm and timing that often surpasses our understanding. When you face difficulties, it can be tempting to seek immediate answers, to explain your struggles, or to demand solutions from others. But there is profound wisdom in patience, in trusting that every challenge you endure is shaping you for something greater. By keeping your struggles private, you allow the natural process of growth, healing, and transformation to unfold without interference. Trusting the process means having faith that even unseen efforts, silent prayers, and quiet endurance are producing results that will manifest at the right time. It means believing that setbacks are temporary, that lessons hidden within trials are valuable, and that perseverance, even when unnoticed, will lead to clarity, strength, and fulfillment. The world often encourages instant gratification, external validation, and constant disclosure, but true progress is cultivated in the quiet, in the unseen work of the heart and mind. When you trust the process, you release the need to justify, explain, or broadcast your journey to others. You understand that life rewards patience, persistence, and discretion. Each private struggle becomes an opportunity to refine your character, deepen your faith, and sharpen your wisdom. Challenges that seem overwhelming in the present are in fact the tools through which your resilience, confidence, and vision are forged. By remaining patient, enduring quietly, and trusting the journey, you align yourself with the unseen forces, divine guidance, universal timing, or the natural flow of life that orchestrate growth in ways that cannot be hurried or replicated. Trusting the process is an act of faith, courage, and discipline. It requires surrendering control over outcomes while remaining steadfast in your efforts, choosing to act wisely and decisively in ways that honor your journey without revealing every detail. This trust transforms struggle into preparation, hardship into wisdom, and silence into strength. In time, your private endurance will bear fruit in ways that surpass what you could imagine, proving that the path of quiet perseverance, guided by faith and patience, always leads to fulfillment, resilience, and a life shaped by purpose rather than circumstance. Your heart is the most sacred space you possess. It is the seat of your emotions, the foundation of your faith, and the source from which your decisions, actions, and relationships flow. In a world filled with noise, opinions, and constant judgment, the heart is under continual threat from unnecessary exposure. When you share your struggles with everyone around you, your heart becomes vulnerable to energies that are not always benevolent. People are not always equipped to understand, empathize, or respond wisely to your pain. Some will react with judgment, some with envy, and others may unintentionally magnify your burden because they are carrying unresolved issues of their own. By protecting your heart, you preserve your clarity, focus, and ability to act decisively. Guarding your peace is not selfishness. It is a form of wisdom, a recognition that your energy is finite and that your personal journey deserves the kind of respect and discretion that only you can provide. Think of your heart as a garden. In it grows the seeds of your hopes, dreams, resilience, and faith. If you allow every passerby to trample through it, share your challenges, and voice opinions, the garden becomes overrun with weeds, doubt, and confusion. But if you carefully tend it, if you protect it from unnecessary intrusion, it flourishes quietly, producing strength, clarity, and beauty that cannot be disturbed by outside forces. Every challenge you face in silence becomes nourishment for your inner growth, fortifying the soil of your character and preparing you for future victories. Just as a gardener prunes carefully, removing only what is harmful, you must prune the influences you allow into your life. Not every person deserves to hear your pain, and not every opinion should hold weight in your decision-making. Your inner world is sacred, and the energy you expend in protecting it is directly proportional to the peace, resilience, and strength you cultivate. Sharing your problems indiscriminately can also create dependency both for you and for others. Some people, consciously or unconsciously, may grow accustomed to your disclosures, seeing you as a source of emotional entertainment or a way to compare their own challenges. They may offer advice without insight, sympathy without understanding, or judgments without love. Over time, this not only drains your energy but also delays your growth. By keeping your struggles private, you remove the external crutches that prevent true personal development. You are forced to face your fears, think critically, and seek solutions with clarity and courage. You cultivate a resilience that is unshakable because it is born from within, not from the fleeting opinions or validation of others. Protecting your heart also means guarding your time and attention. Every conversation about your problems requires mental and emotional bandwidth, and repeated exposure can lead to fatigue, stress, and a sense of helplessness. Time spent sharing constantly is time not spent taking action, reflecting, praying, or working quietly toward solutions. The world will always have distractions and unsolicited advice. The more selective you are about who you trust and what you reveal, the more power you retain to influence your circumstances positively. Quiet perseverance, patience, and focused effort yield far greater results than endless discussion. Furthermore, by keeping your struggles to yourself, you are allowing the divine or universal wisdom to guide you. Whether you call it God, the universe, or life's natural order, there is a rhythm and timing to everything. When you release the need for validation and choose discretion, you open the door for clarity, guidance, and solutions that are aligned with your highest good. Prayer, meditation, reflection, and mindful action become your allies, while unnecessary conversation often clouds your judgment or distracts from these spiritual or practical tools. Protecting your heart in this way is an act of faith, faith that your quiet endurance, perseverance, and strategic action will yield results beyond what you can see or anticipate. Every time you choose silence over unnecessary disclosure, you are asserting your sovereignty over your own life. You are claiming the right to manage your emotions, your challenges, and your destiny without letting external voices dictate the pace or direction of your growth. Strength that is visible to the world is often fleeting, but strength that is cultivated quietly in the heart is eternal. Those who truly respect and love you will recognize your inner peace, resilience, and composure without needing to know the intimate details of your struggles. Your actions, your demeanor, and your wisdom will communicate more powerfully than words ever could. Remember that not every problem needs an audience. Some challenges are meant for personal reflection, private strategizing, and spiritual strengthening. By holding your struggles close, you learn self-discipline, patience, and emotional intelligence. You build the capacity to navigate complex situations, make sound decisions, and face life's storms with courage and clarity. You avoid unnecessary interference, misguided advice, and emotional entanglement that can arise from oversharing. In protecting your heart, you are also protecting your peace, your clarity, your focus, and your ability to flourish in every aspect of life. Spiritual, emotional, relational, and professional. Ultimately, the choice to protect your heart and guard your peace is an act of empowerment. It is a declaration that your journey is yours to navigate, that your struggles do not define you, and that your growth is sacred. When you cultivate this discipline, you become a beacon of quiet strength, inspiring others not through words or complaints, but through your resilience, wisdom, and unwavering faith. The world may never know the full extent of your struggles, but it will feel the power of your transformation. You will become proof that silence, discretion, patience, and faith are not signs of weakness. They are the hallmarks of true strength, spiritual maturity, and enduring peace. In protecting your heart, you are not closing off life. You are opening the door to profound personal growth, clarity, and a destiny guided by wisdom, faith, and perseverance.